Okay, here's the Grizzly. After I finished taking the engine out, I already dropped off the engine to the guy that's gonna rebuild it for me with a Rhino engine. Today I'm gonna take the bumpers out. I'm gonna leave the fenders there because I want to wet sand them in place. I think it'll be a little bit easier. And I also want to sand and paint this middle section where the engine goes, so I don't have to wait too long after I get the engine back. I can just mount it and see if it runs and stuff, which I'm sure it will. But today I'm gonna, remove the racks and bumpers, and I'm gonna sand this section, and I'm gonna clean out the snorkel tubes so I can paint them with a matte black paint, and then get it prepped just to put the engine. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I just removed the top rack. It just has 2 screws in the front, in the front, and 2 in the back, which you can get to from there, and then 2 on each side, which you can get from the bottom of the fenders. And once you do that, you can just pick it up and remove it, and you're done with the bumper necks. Okay, this aftermarket front bumper, I think it's held on by some sort of a bracket which connects to your stock bumper, and it just has 4 screws, which is 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So I'm gonna remove those now, and those screws should hopefully come out easily. Got the aftermarket bumper out. Those are the brackets I was talking about. Here's the bumper, and now I'm gonna remove the stock bumper, and it has 4 screws. It's kind of dark, but there's one there, and the same on this side, and I'm gonna remove them with a 12mm socket. So let's get started on that. Okay, I took it off, and it has a huge crack. It looks like it's rotten pretty bad, so I'm gonna see if I can get it welded. If not, I'm gonna have to get a replacement for it. Okay, now I'm gonna take this off. It's loose, but I still need to remove these 2 bolts or screws, and you can get to them from the bottom. You can't see, but you should be able to get to them from the bottom. So let's take that off now. Got that part out of the way, and I just realized that I'm not gonna be able to get these this front fender off because of the snorkels. It has this and one underneath it similar to it, so it's pinching the fenders together. So I'm not gonna be able to break loose the fender. So I'm gonna have to figure out somehow to how to paint the frame with this on. I may have to loosen that up and support it while I paint, but we'll get to that later. Now I move to the rear rack, and that one's held by 4 screws. The main ones are here, here, and 2 here and here. And it also has 2 in the side, which is there and there. The 2 in the sides are 10mm, and the ones here are a 12mm. So you're able to remove the rear rack, and that exposes this thing, and you should be able to just pull it straight out. And now I'm ready to start in the middle. Okay, I got some of this frame sanded down. I sanded it and cleaned most of the tubing for the snorkel. I sanded that one. I still need to sand these 2. But right now I'm just gonna take the rear fender off, and it'll make it a little bit easier. I'm thinking I'm just gonna paint, go ahead and sand this whole half for now, and then just prep it and paint it, and I'll get to that later once I figure out how I'm gonna move this to the side so I can paint the rest of the frame, since I can't get it off because of the snorkel. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now, and let's once you remove the racks, it makes it a little bit easier to remove this. You're pretty much loosen this whole thing up, so you just kind of have to take all this wiring out, and and then you'll be good to go. So then after you remove that and secure everything that's loose, then you can just pop the once you start to take this apart, you just pretty much just pull them up, and the little solenoids and the fuses come right out. This box here just kind of screws in, and you can just pull it out, and then you just you can take that screw off, but it's already like that. So that screw. So I'm just gonna wiggle it through here. It has an opening, and then the fender should come loose, and then you can just pull the whole thing out. Now I have the whole back of the four-wheeler exposed, and I can get to the rest of the frame, so I can sand in between all the little cracks, and it'll make it easier to sand those snorkels. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that.